Greetings, it's Maxo Diddly here, and today I am going to be showing you how to sort a 2D string array by column in C#. So let's get right into it. So we've got a 2D string array here, and each row represents a user's record. We've got name, surname, and age. So let's say we want to sort the data by age, or we're going to reorder these columns based on the user's age. So let's say we want to sort this data based on age, or we're going to reorder all of these rows or records by age. Make sure you import system and system.collections.generic for this tutorial. And let's look at what we've got. We've got our string array, our 2D string array I should say, and this for loop literally just prints it all out to the console. In case you were wondering, getLength0 gets the row count, and getLength1 gets the column count of the array. Firstly, we are going to do int column index equals 0. So this is going to be used to tell our sorting algorithm, right, I want to sort the data by the values in this column. So it could be number 2 if we wanted to sort by the ages, or number 1 if we wanted to sort by the surnames, or 0 if we wanted to sort by the first names. Because it's an index, we have to start on 0 and not 1. And then these two, we're going to get the row count and the column count of our 2D string array. After that, we're going to do list string array data list equals new list string array. So we're going to be converting our 2D string array into a list of string arrays. Because lists in C# have access to more sorting functions, which are really useful. So we're going to temporarily convert it to a list and then convert it back after we've done the sorting. So the reason we're doing string array as opposed to string inside our list is because if we just did string, this list would basically be a 1D array, which we don't want. But if we do string array, we can put a string array in each element of this list. So we have multiple string arrays in one list, and that is a 2D string array as a list structure instead. And this nested for loop is literally converting that string array into the list. So it's string row equals new string column count for int j equals 0, j less than column count, j++. Row j equals data I and j, and data list.add row. This for loop just converts and puts in all the values from our 2D string array into our string array list. After that, we have got our sorting function, which is data list.sort, 2 brackets, x, y, equals arrow, curly bracket, if double.try parse x column index out double x num, and double.try parse y column index out double y num, return x num dot compare to y num, else return x column index dot compare to y column index. Then some brackets and a semicolon after. So you might be thinking, okay Max, there's a few things I don't understand here. Firstly, why have you got an if statement inside of your sort function call? Well, we've actually created our own little function, and we've passed it into our sort function. And this is a lambda expression. And this lambda expression defines the sorting logic that will be used to sort the list. Because by default, this sort function isn't going to sort our list of strings based on a certain column. So we need to kind of tell it how to do so. But there's something you probably noticed. We're doing a string array, and we're working with numbers potentially some of the time. And those numbers would get sorted in alphabetical order by default, and we probably don't want that if we want to sort people by how old they are. So we have to basically check if the data we're comparing is a number. If it is a number, convert it to a number, then sort it like if it was a number. And this allows us to sort our string numbers as if they were numbers and not strings, while keeping them as strings, which is what this if statement does. So what we do is we attempt to convert x, and x and y are basically two values that we want to sort. And what we do is we do x and then we do column index to get the value in the correct column that we want to sort by. And then we do out double num, which if successfully converts this value to a double, it will store it in this value called xnum, and we try the same again, but for the other value, that we want to compare with, and then we can do return xnum.compare to ynum. And this function will then know how to sort the data based on the result of this little comparison. In the else statement, this means that we're not comparing numbers, so we can do return x column index dot compare to y column index. So here we are comparing doubles, so we're going to be sorting as if they were doubles or numbers. However, here we are comparing strings, so they're going to be sorted as if they were strings. So overall, this sort function that we're calling takes a function as an input that compares pairs of elements in the list to determine their order. This function compares the data in the column identified by column index. If it's numeric, it sorts numerically. If it's not numeric, it sorts alphabetically. And that's all that's going on here. After that, we are going to be converting our sorted list into a 2D string array. So we do string, square brackets, comma, sorted data equals new string, row count, column count. And then we do for int I equals 0, I less than row count, I++, string row equals data list I, for int j equals 0, j less than column count, j++, sorted data I, j equals row j. This just converts our string array list back into the 2D string array, but it's all sorted. After that, we are then going to do another for loop. This is another nested for loop, and it's going to be printing out our sorted data. And then we do console.read after to stop the console from closing. With all of that, we are going to hit play. With all of that, we are going to be pressing play. Our column index is 0, so we're going to be sorting based on first name. And as you can see, we have got these first names in alphabetical order. And we've sorted the records based on that. Let's try with an index of 1 this time. And look, we have sorted them based on their surname now. Now let's try based on their age. As you can see, it's sorted based on their age in numerical order, not based on alphabetical order, which is what we want. So, thanks for being a great audience. I will just say you might want to include some validation to make sure the column index does exist in this data. For instance, if we put a column index of 3, there would be an error because that doesn't exist. But thanks for being a great audience. Be sure to leave a like in the comments if you enjoyed and subscribe for more C# tutorials. Thanks for watching.